Right there. Right there. Okay.
Hi guys, I'm Yegi. Welcome back to my channel, Life of Yegi. Another Motivational Monday video for you guys. Of course, it's Monday when you're watching. Well, no, when we're posting this, it's Monday. Maybe not when we're recording or you're watching, but I don't know why I said that. That's not important. Today we're going to be talking about the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Covey. So he wrote this book focusing on his knowledge and research about what most highly effective people do. So what effective means is you're productive, you're efficient, you're good at time management, you can get the things done that you want to get done, and overall well-rounded and happy, effective people. So the first habit he goes over is to be proactive. Now, what being proactive means is taking action even before you need to take action. So the opposite of proactive is reactive. For example, I'm a salon owner. If I'm being reactive, I'm only responding to an angry client. But if I'm being proactive, I'm making sure I've already done the best customer service beforehand to not get that angry client in the first place. One thing that he also goes over in that chapter of the book is to be proactive and not blame others. To be proactive and take responsibility for your own life, your own actions, and everything that you've done to have the life you currently have, instead of pointing fingers and blaming, I don't know, bad luck, your parents, your teachers, your friends, money, whatever it is, blaming those situations for whatever life you currently have. The second habit, in summary, is thinking about things with your final destination in mind. This makes me kind of think about that quote, look at the light at the end of the tunnel. So you're not thinking about the dark path you're taking throughout the tunnel, you're thinking about that light, that end result. So another example of that is people who are effective, they look at what they want to achieve at the end as well as how it's progressing. So if you have your vision or if you have your image and you can see that accomplishment at the end, you're more than likely to take the path and accomplish it. So if you don't have a vision, you're just going on your life and doing this and that, but it doesn't have really meaning and you don't know where you're going to end up or what your goal is, then you can be kind of all over the place. If you want to be effective, you want to have a clear vision for the end result. Another example Stephen gives for the second habit, which is envisioning the future or the final goal, is buildings. So for example, if there is a huge building project, that building could not get built unless there are blueprints or plans for the building to get built, because just like a building, everything in your life that you want to accomplish, it has steps. First you have to do the foundation, then so on and so on. I'm not a contractor, but I think you get the point, right? Have your vision in mind. So that's the second habit he goes over. The third habit is to put first things first. So in other words, to prioritize. Nobody has endless time and time is limited. So you really need to learn to prioritize. Do the things that are important to you, that need to be done right away. If you do those things right away that need to be done, that have timelines, then it'll free up more of your time in the future to do the things that you do want to do. On the other hand, if you focus on, if you spend too much time playing video games or going out with your friends or watching TV, then you're going to feel like you don't have enough time to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish. So do first things first. That's habit number 3. The fourth habit he goes over is to think win-win. Instead of thinking about you winning and somebody losing, or somebody losing, that's the same thing, or somebody winning and you losing, think win-win. So you want to create situations where everybody's happy, that everybody wins. In other words, you want to learn to compromise. So most effective people are really good at doing this and thinking about a win-win situation. If you're a business owner, you're a friend, family member, whatever it is, or even for things that doesn't involve anybody else, it only involves you, where you have to make a compromise, you have to think about win-win. So in both scenarios, somebody still wins in their own way. The fifth habit is for you to be able to understand others before you expect them to understand you. So if you seek to understand others, more than likely they will turn that back around and try to understand you. In other words, put yourself in other people's shoes to understand the situation or have a different perspective of the situation, and you can handle it way better than by thinking of it just in your point of view. The sixth habit is to synergize. I honestly didn't really know what that meant until I read it, and I need to review it again. It's been a while since I read the book, but I'm gonna review it one second. The way he explains it simply is basically 2 heads are better than 1. So if you can do something great alone, imagine what you can do with 2 brain power. It's the same, I mean, that makes sense. I don't think I need to go more, right? 2 brains are better than 1. If I'm not thinking about something, the person next to me might be thinking about it. We collaborate together or we talk about it together, we might get a better solution compared to me only thinking about it alone. The 7th habit is my favorite and truly the one I aim to work on all the time, is to sharpen the saw, as he puts it. So what that means to me is to always work on yourself, to always educate yourself, to always find a way to invest in yourself, because the world is still evolving. Technology, medicine, people, everything's always constantly changing. If we don't learn and change with it, we will stay behind or we will not grow, we'll stay steady. And that's one thing that effective people don't do. They always do learn more or want to learn more or are eager to learn more. So honestly, that's my favorite habit. I always want to learn more, I always want to grow, and I always want to do different things, get out of my comfort zone to learn more. And I really encourage everybody to do that. And the only way to really fail is to not do anything at all. As long as you're doing something and you're growing and you're learning from it, if you're failing and trying again, that's not really failing. The only thing, in my opinion, that makes people fail is not doing anything at all. So in other words, this last part, to sharpen the saw, is not only always learning something new, he also adds that it's taking time for yourself. If it means relaxation, if it means exercising, whatever it means, whatever makes you a better you, it's not only about knowledge, it's about taking care of you or sharpening the saw so the saw could cut better. It's about you. You know, you want to do everything that's going to make you a better person. So that pretty much sums up the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. If you would like to read the full book, there's a link below, or you can watch the video again and really take it in, ask questions, comment below. I would love to answer your questions or tell you a little bit more about my experience after reading the book of how it helped me in my life. Thank you. Bye.